Hello boys and girls, today I'm going to show you how to make a night sky, and we're going to be using different shades and tints of purple to make that night sky, and you can choose whatever color you want. But first we're going to start out with just a circle tracer, and we're going to trace our moon. It's a full moon and it's lighting up our night sky, and I love these circle tracers. So I'm going to put my moon up here. You can put your moon wherever you want. I'll put mine there. And then I'm going to start by just using some white paint around that moon. Make sure your brush is nice and clean. Hopefully mine is. Put some white paint around there. If you want to paint your moon white, you can. But I start out light because the light is shining around the moon. All right, my next layer is going to start off with white, and then we're going to start adding a little bit of purple to that sky, or whatever color you're using. And the same technique could apply to any type of sky you're using: a sun, a daytime picture too, a sunset. I'm using tempera paint. I'm not watering it down too much. I'm just going to add a touch, boop, of purple. It might even be too much. Let's see how that does. The point I try to tell my students is just to get darker gradually, a little bit at a time. If it's too dark, add more white. If it's not a big enough change, add some more paint. It's looking good. Let's start out with white again. And this time I'm going to add more purple. If you want to give your students a, what are those things called? Q-tip. To dot that on, you could. I'm just using my paintbrush. I'm noticing that's kind of a change, a little bit of a change. If you want more of a dramatic change, you add more what? More paint. Just a little bit. You want to add a little bit at a time. It's easier to add more than to take it away. Still going to start off with that white. This time I'm going to add some more purple. This time I'm going to start out with more purple. And I still have white on my brush, so that's kind of helping blend it together. So you just keep adding more and more purple as you go down, and then when you get in the very corner, that's when you want to start adding the black. Again, I still have some white on my brush. Next time I'm going to start with purple, more purple, and just a little bit of white. I'm going to blend those two together. Let's just do a straight purple one, see how that looks. All right, now I think I'm going to start switching over to purple and black. Start out with the purple. And with the black, you just need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Actually, this layer, I think I like it like this, just a straight purple. Now I'll add the black. See, it just really works well, just a little tiny bit. If that's too dark, you can add more purple. And see how I keep doing my brush in this motion rather than just kind of all over the place? That helps kind of smooth it out. Ooh, I had a lot of black right there. I might just carry that on out to the edge. Added a little bit more there because I didn't think I quite had enough. A little bit more there. And there we go. So a tint is when you add white to a color, and a shade is when you add black to a color. And voila, you have your spooky background. Right, now I'm going to show you how to do the Y tree. The man I student taught under, he taught me how to do the Y tree, and it really makes making a tree a lot easier. So as you can see, you don't need much paint for the background, and I just got a little bit of black, and I'm using Big Kids Choice paintbrushes. And no, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, they're just my favorite. So I'm going to start out by just using black, and I tell them like to paint a ground or something. So I'm just going to put the ground down here. You can also use like a square paintbrush for this. My purple's still kind of wet. You don't have to make the ground perfect. To ground. You can make a hill. You can make a fence. I'm just gonna make ground in a tree for now. All right, there's my ground. And we're just making a silhouette because it's nighttime, we can't see as well. We've got the bright moon. All right, so your Y tree starts out like it's what? Like a Y. There's the trunk. And it's going to separate into 2 branches. The first 2 branches are your biggest. And see how that makes a Y? Alright. Next 2 branches. You add 1, 2. Oops, some white's getting in there. So now you have how many Ys? You got 2 more Ys. And you just keep adding Ys until you fill up your paper. Switch brushes. Probably should have waited until my paint dried, huh? Not very patient though. Try to make your branches get skinnier as they go. Grow taller. If the kids want, they could try this with a Sharpie. Might take up a lot of ink though, but you just keep putting little V's on top of your branches to make new Ys over and over again. Adding a little bit of water to my paint to help me make those little skinny lines. It's getting trickier and trickier. If you want to, you can add branches other places. You can add things sitting in your tree. Remember, it's just a silhouette. You don't have to do a lot of details. I'm going to paint like a silhouette of some birds in the sky or bats. crows, whatever. It's up to you, chart. If you want to add a fence in there, you can add an old wobbly looking fence. Some graves or whatever you want to add to make your picture spooky. It's alright if your old fence is crooked or wobbly or whatever, it's an old fence. I've had kids put pumpkins on top of the fence, put little cat silhouettes in their picture. A house. Just depends on what they've got time for. Alright. There you go. There's our spooky picture. Thanks for watching.